What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you another NBA prediction video on Pascal Siakam. I believe he'll be traded to the Golden State Warriors by this year's NBA trade deadline. Now, let's get into it. So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm super happy that the Raptors are finally breaking up the bunch that's been rumored to be breaking up the last 2 years. Now, I'm not a Raptors fan, not an anti-Raptors guy, nothing like that. But just I've been on a wave the last 2 years plus that the Raptors need to break up Pascal, OG, and Scotty Barnes, and also Fred VanVleet, who was there during that time. Everyone can see the writing, but Raptors fans like, hey, it's time to move on. Y'all can't win with these guys, and I will say this too. I was doing videos every chance I got. OG goes here. Pascal goes here. Every trade deadline, I'm doing multiple videos. Every offseason the last 2 years, including this past offseason, I was doing videos. My latest one was, it wasn't a prediction. It was a mailbag. I was answering from a supporter saying Indiana Pacers, they want Pascal. I thought it'd be a great fit. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards the Warriors. And why? Because the Warriors are so much desperate than anyone else. And yes, I think the Pacers need to get better and probably will get better some way, somehow. Not sure with who. If it's not Pascal, but I think the Warriors need him badly. I think more teams, as I said about a month ago now, did a video on Laurie marketing for the Jazz. I think most teams will be in on his sweepstakes, but I'm not. Well, everything's pointing to him not even being available. I did a video on him going to the Thunder if he does get traded, which is highly unlikely as of right now. So most likely he's going to stay put where he's at in Utah. Utah supposedly loves him, and I see why. He's been playing great since he's been there the last couple of year and a half, whatever. But Pascal going to his contract, well, he's on the last year of his current contract, will need to be extended, and I think he will usher in a new era of the Golden State Warriors. Whether Klay Thompson be a part of that era, I'm not quite sure. But a trio of at least Steph, Pascal, and Draymond. You're going to still most likely have, what's the big man name? My memory's skipping. The guy from UCLA, the rebounding guy. I forgot his name now, but you have him as well as being your off the bench, first man off the bench five. Gary Payton and other pieces will always be around as well, or can fill in spots as a 3-and-D wing, stuff like that. But those are three pieces. I'm not mad at that. The bench right now for the Warriors is actually good. The best it's been in a good little while. You have some good young pieces there, some good guys. But I have two trade scenarios, and one kind of got banged up took a little ding to it last night with Chris Paul being injured, and he's out for potentially 4 to 6 weeks. So this could be a little hamper, a little damper. Excuse me. It could damper the chances of one of the trade options. But let's get into it. So first trade I cooked up on the trade simulator that makes the most sense to me. Chris Paul going to the Raptors. So, the Warriors and the Raptors trade. Chris Paul to the Raptors. Jonathan Kuminga, obviously, who's going through it with Steve Kerr. So Chris Paul, Steve Kerr, Chris Paul, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Gary Payton II, and a 2025 first round pick, which will be top 3 protected, and a 2026 second round pick from Atlanta. And you will get, the Warriors would send that. The Raptors would send Pascal Siakam and Otto Porter Jr. back. Otto Porter Jr., who was on that title team a couple of years ago, adds more wing depth, adds a little bit more size as well. I think that makes sense. Now, like I said, the Chris Paul injury, Gary Payton, I think, is banged up as well. It kind of, shift things a little bit so we can go this route also. Something else I cooked up as a secondary option. This option, before I start there, this option would be the most ideal for the Warriors, but not the most ideal for the Raptors because of one player, and that's Andrew Wiggins. His contract isn't the most nicest contract to your books, but he's a Canadian. So it makes sense. He's going home. RJ Barrett just went home as well. So, it does tie in there. But Wiggins hasn't really, since that title run a couple years ago, hasn't really played to his level of play from that year since. So and also his contract is kind of a little much as well for his play that he's giving you. But the trade package would be Andrew Wiggins, John Kuminga, Moses Moody, 2025 first round pick, top 3 protected, and basically for Pascal and like a throw in play. You can throw in someone with a cheap contract, backup guard, backup whatever, just throw him in there. Someone that's not really getting much playing time, whoever that may be. For my prediction, I chose Santos, Gui Santos, someone I think you could throw in there and make it work. But yeah, those two are the main two roles I see Pascal and the way he goes to Golden State, and they need him bad, clearly. There are other moves out there. I've also cocked up about, conjured up, I should say, about how the Warriors can flip John Kuminga to something with more size, because even with Pascal, yes, they'll be better, but they're still lacking size. Pascal, good on defense, good two-way player, nice long arms, 6'9.5", 6'10", with nice long arms, whatever, can definitely block shots, steal, and defend the 3 and up, or 3 to 4, maybe the 5 is certain, depends on who it is, or you got Draymond there for that. But the thing is, you're still lacking size. And I've been one to saying for years, I've been on this channel screaming for years, the Warriors have to get size at that 7 spot. They got to. The guy who I keep forgetting his name from UCLA, the rebounding guy, I don't know why. And there's no disrespect. I can't remember his name right now for some weird reason. But they have him. He's not big. He's 6'9", 6'10". Monster on the boards, though. Don't get it twisted. But the defense isn't there. And you need to me, I've been saying for years, go get Dwight. I did, prior to them even bringing Dwight in for a visit during the summertime, prior to the season starting, I said, go get Dwight. They brought him in, didn't sign him. The alleged mess with his name going on might have, changed their thoughts on bringing him in. I'm not quite sure. I said a couple years ago, get Hassan Whiteside. Just bring him in. Bring in, I did a trade prediction last year. Trade James Wiseman for Mason Plumlee. They ended up trading Wiseman for, Gary Payton, I think, came back in that trade from the Blazers, but Wiseman went to the Pistons. I'm like, you're bringing back guards, bring back size, bring back shot blocking. They haven't done that. They haven't brought that in via free agency. They haven't brought that in via the draft either. So I'm not sure what they're not seeing, but their team needs size, their team needs rebounding, their team needs shot blocking. Draymond and the other man, I can't keep forgetting his name, they can't keep relying on him, on those two guys to be the main rebounders, because, I think you just need more. There's nothing wrong with getting more depth, more girth, more strength, more more physicalness in that 7. The 7. It's early in the 5 or in the 4 spot, and I think you would definitely needs a big guy like a Jared Allen. But if Kuminga were to be flipped for Jared Allen, I don't think it's the best spot for Kuminga. I'm not sure how the Warriors, are they trying to do the best spot for him to grow? Will they look out for him? Or will they just do whatever to him? And not whatever, but, will they give him to a situation where they don't really care? Or will they give him to a situation where they say, hey, we want you to succeed. You couldn't do it here for whatever reason, but we're going to look out for you. You stuck with the program. You tried. We tried. It didn't work out. Let me send you somewhere where you're going to be probably a star from the day that you're traded. Cleveland still makes sense, though, because, the rumor is Donovan Mitchell won't be there long term, after the season maybe. So it'll be him and it'll be Garland with no real superstar wing in front of John Kuminga, so he could improve and show his work, and then start next year with just him and Garland. Like I said, in the trade, it'll be Jared Allen coming back to the Warriors. So it'll be Garland, Kuminga, and Mobley as a young, nice, solid cornerstones to that franchise. There's other teams as well. Pistons might want them. So, same goes for the other, the Hawks, whatever. So it just depends on, as far as the Warriors, what they want to do with John Kuminga. but I'm pretty sure the Raptors will want him in return. Now, with Pascal is concerned, how he fits with the Warriors, it makes sense. You have a guy, Draymond be the small ball five. You have Pascal at the four, Clay, Clay, Steph, and then we'll see what happens with Chris Paul, who else can fill in with that starting spot. As I said during the video, Gary Payton might be gone, so we'll see who could fill that other guard spot up, or take over the three. But Pascal could play the three. I won't be opposed to it. I guess you can bring in Draymond everybody bump down one. So I'm not opposed to it, but I think Pascal will work wonders for the squad. He really would. Pascal will work wonders for the Pacers. He work wonders for the Hawks and what they want to do. It just depends on who the Raptors deem as the best, kind of the best group. So you have the Hawks can offer their best offer, in my opinion, probably would be Bogdanovich and DeAndre Hunter. Those two guys will be the focal point. You could also throw in Jalen Johnson, or you can throw in AJ Griffin, one or the other. As I said, they're all cool, but I think Kuminga has more potential than all those guys put together. Bogdan's a good shooter, but not gonna do much else for you. Decent playmaker, whatever. DeAndre Hunter, someone I consider to be a good prospect when he came out, hasn't lived up to the hype in my opinion. And Jalen Johnson and AJ Griffin are both pretty solid. Nothing really special about those two guys. So I would say no to that one for me if I'm Toronto. And then you have the Pacers. They have Buddy Hield, Benedict Mathurin. Also, you can do Bruce Brown, Obi Toppin, Jarris Walker, and throw those guys in there for Siakam. I liked Mathurin a lot last year. Big downgrade this year. The numbers are similar, but I thought he would have taken more of a star jump. I thought Ben Mathurin was a legit star. Hasn't shown that this year. Buddy Hield is Buddy Hield. I mean, you're going to get shooting. That's about it. Jarris Walker, untapped potential there, but I mean, nothing to really move the needle on right now. So, I mean, I say the Warriors have the best offer with Moses Moody, who's ready to go right now, who's good right now, with Andrew Wiggins or Chris Paul, the thing about Chris Paul is the expiring deal, the expiring contract. Because like I said, the thing about Andrew Wiggins is he has a long-term deal. He got multi-years left on his deal, and he's not playing well either. But he is from there. He's from the area, so that makes sense. To bring him back home and stuff and see what he can do there. Him, Kuminga, and it's a big team. Him, Kuminga, Barnes, R.J. Barrett, Dennis Schroeder. That's not bad. What's the surname? Jakob Poeltl. That's a big long team still. You're just not losing that much in length. So I won't be mad at that one either. But I just think the Pacers and Hawks have just a little bit. They're just a little notch below what the Warriors cannot actually bring to the table in the potential of John Kuminga and the potential and also the good play currently of Moses Moody. So, but that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.